go. But just because you went to university does not guarantee success. Oi, welcome back. It's your boy Mr. CV. I'm back with another video. You know what, this time I'm gonna go straight into it and we're gonna talk about my university. And you know what, my university, I had a fantastic time at university, and you know what, it was amazing. It was really good. It was tough, but you know what, there were very tough times at university. And going straight into it, yeah, before I went into university, obviously I'm the first person in my family to go to university, and you know what, there was pressure there, but there wasn't pressure. The firstborn child in my family as well, is as if there's this expectation that, oh, the first person has to lead, which obviously I don't really believe in all those things. So, but anyways, let's go straight into it. As I was saying, when I was going to university, I've always been involved in sports. I was involved in lots of sports teams, as you already know from my previous videos. And just before I went to university, I created my own team called Astro Athletic, which was made up of people from my secondary school, all my friends, and this team was really amazing that time. And if there were YouTube that time, I'm sure my team would have went as far as possible. But anyways, we're not talking about my team. Let's go straight into my uni. I'm going to tell you all the process that happened before I got into uni. So before I was getting to uni, obviously my parents are one of those parents. My dad especially, he said, oh, he wanted me to study doctors, lawyers and engineer and all these things, but it's not for me, man. I'm not really interested in those things. But my mom, she wasn't even that bothered. She was just like, you know what, as long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing and I'm going to university, that's what matters. Back then I was looking for courses to do, but then I've always been involved as a coach. I always love coaching. I always love doing things involving in sport. Because of that pressure of my parents want me to do lawyers, doctors and things, so I thought if I put science into my course, it will make it sound as if I'm doing something more smart and all these things. But so I spoke to my career advisor. She told me, she said, you know what, your personal statement sounds more like coaching, so you should go for the coaching one. So I said, you know what, let me go for the coaching one. So started looking for courses that had coaching inside it. And then literally as I was looking for courses that had coaches inside it, there were a few universities. And the first two universities of my choice was, number one was Chichester University and number two was Oxford Brookes. And literally Chichester University, I remember I went to one of the open day for Chichester University. And when I went for the open day, it was just me by myself. I went there. I don't even think my parents even knew, but I went to this open day and literally it was filled with all English parents. And as I went to the interview, obviously on my first day, I remember coming out of the station, it was a hot day. When I mean it was boiling hot. So I just said, let me pull my hood up, because the heat was just beating my face. Literally, as I pull my hood up, I'm walking, I see people start shifting. People were moving to the other side. I was thinking, what? So is this how this uni is like? Yeah. I said, you know what? But I thought, you know what, let me not worry about that. So I went into the open day. I'm literally on my own and I see all these English students. They came with their parents and I'm just by myself. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm a bit of a loner. So I started talking to them just to make myself feel comfortable. And when I went into their open day, I went into their course, they told us about the course, what we to expect. And trust me, their facilities is amazing. They had brilliant facilities. But that experience of me walking on the street was still in my mind, and I thought, you know what, this is not for me, man. I can't be going to university where I don't feel included. So I went to the Oxford Brookes open day and I thought, you know what, let me see how I get the vibe I get from there. Oxford Brookes doesn't have facility as good as Chichester's facilities, but the vibe itself, I really felt the vibe. I thought, you know what, and I asked people as well about Oxford as well, and they say, you know what, it's a brilliant city, it's a thing. So when I'm hearing all these good news, I thought, you know what, let me choose Oxford. So, and then I went on my first day. I remember my first time going to Oxford Brookes. You can imagine this is probably my first time I've ever been away from home. But then on my first day going there, I remember I bought a foldable bike and I had the Arsenal bag, the bag where I put my things in, and I just I took the Oxford Tube. I went on that first day. So I took the Oxford Tube. I got there, first day, Freshers Week come. Wow, amazing. Literally, I was just going out in freshers. Everyone was knowing me. Wow, I was like, what? Is this how uni is like? But you know what? That first 6 months was a struggle, man. Big struggle for me at university, man. I used to just eat 18p noodles every day. It was just like, it was a struggle. And what made it even more difficult was that I didn't get maintenance grant. I only got maintenance loan. Maintenance loan that I got, it was £1,000 less than the house rent for the whole year. And you know what? And I knew it, that if I asked my parents for money, it's just long. They'll take me for too many questions. What do you need money for? So I tried to avoid that situation. So what I did was, I asked my mum, I was like, listen, I need £300. But remember, it's £1,000 extra. So I told my mum, I said, I need £300 to support the house rent. My mum was giving me that usual questions like, what do you need the money for? What do you, it's just long. But somehow she gave it. So I needed another £700. And then through that, I started doing extra little jobs here and there to support myself financially. At first 6 months, it was so tough. Like I said before, it was very tough. But you know what? It was a pivotal moment within university. But after the first 6 months, remember, I was literally going out of freshers, doing like literally just living the uni life. But there were these people that I met that were from London at university, and these guys, they had degrees. These guys, when it comes to this university lifestyle, these guys, they completed modules on there. They had degrees in university lifestyle. Going into my course, it was alright. I actually quite liked my course, but I didn't feel included in my course. My course was like, I felt like an outsider. I was one of the only black and ethnic minority in my course. So I felt a bit disincluded. But within that, I actually quite liked my course. I actually quite enjoyed it. I actually quite enjoyed the information. But luckily, in my first year, there was also someone as well that was from London that was also on my course. And obviously me and him got along. He was from London, me and him got along so well. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the course, through the first year, he decided to leave because he thought, okay, you know what, the course wasn't for him. During the second year of my course, these other two guys, they transferred from another university to my university, and then obviously we got along, and it was just them, they were keeping motivated. Because even myself, after that guy quit halfway, I was thinking of quitting my course as well, because I didn't really feel the part. But I like the city, Oxford. For me, throughout the 3 years of university, it was like literally, it was brilliant for me. It was brilliant. My only regret at university was probably working so much and didn't really enjoy the uni life. But the thing about university as well that I don't like is a lot of people, they go to university, they study courses that their parents want them to study rather than the course they want to study. And it's a shame. And I remember speaking to a lot of international students, especially people from my country, from Nigeria. And because their parents pay for their course, they practically get to choose what course they want their child to do. So their child could be good at food technology, but because they want their children to be lawyers, they told them it's either you study law or I'm not paying for a university course. But for someone like myself, that obviously I'm being a British citizen, the finance for the course is supported by the government. Obviously there's a bit of leeway, but it's such a shame that so many students that go to university, their talents are wasted because they study courses that their parents want them to study rather than them studying that. And it's a big shame, because at the end of the day, just because you study doctors or lawyers or whatever course you study, it doesn't guarantee success. But with our parents, I think when they see university, they see it as an opportunity. But sometimes they neglect the fact that with that opportunity comes with a lot of pressure. There's a lot of students breaking down, like studying courses which they don't have any interest in, but studying it and pushing themselves where they know that they're not going to get any results. But listen, there's also people as well that just because of certain courses you study, they look at you differently. I'm proud to say I study sports coaching and PE, but I know other people, other black and ethnic minority, they get scared to say what course they study, because when someone else says, oh, I study law or I study doctors, or they get scared to say their course, because among these people, they might be looked down upon. No matter what course you study, you can be successful at it. As long as you work hard. My brother didn't go to university, but that doesn't mean I'm going to look down on him. At the end of the day, we're here to support each other. There's some things I'm good at that my brother isn't good at. There's something my brother is good at that I'm not good at. So there's no need to be looking down on people just because they didn't go to university. Success is not defined by what you study. It's actually defined by how hard you're willing to push yourself. You can be successful in anything you do. But going back to the main topic, I had a fantastic time at university. Like I said, my only one regret is probably not enjoying the uni life more. But apart from that, I had a brilliant time. I met brilliant people. I experienced brilliant things. I met so many people that I still speak to today. And it's absolutely amazing. If you are thinking of going to university, definitely I will encourage you to go. But just because you went to university does not guarantee success. Success is guaranteed by your hard work and your determination and your resilience to achieve. That's it. You know what? Like, subscribe my videos. There's more videos coming, and definitely keep sharing this. I'm about positivity. I'm pushing myself, so keep sharing this. Keep going.